complain, can't complain.
So what did I do here? On emergency mission. Excited for my girlfriend. Where there's darkness, there is light. Always side by side. The ones who always. Okay, I'll just have one. On my way home, then I gotta go and quickly upload this week's track to be sent to mastering, and then the Portehouse, another session. What a glorious day. So there we go, that's the plan so far. They fight demons in the night. What goes up must come down. I gotta climb to a higher ground. We lose a purpose in this town. Your smile turns into. Well, how are you all doing? How's things? I think we're gonna talk about this week's song again. This week's song, it's musically. Let's talk about it first musically, then the actual lyrical part. Content of it. Musically, it was a very self-indulgent song. It's again just the acoustic guitar, but it was one of those that very often when you write songs and you record them for any kind of purpose of, like if you're in a band and you're hoping to get some radio play, they have to fit into certain structure. There has to be a certain amount of room to maneuver. So like you're not supposed to have a very long intros. You're not supposed to, you know, the golden rule is that you should get to your first chorus within the first 60 seconds and all that sort of stuff. And it shouldn't be longer than a certain amount of time to be radio friendly and all that sort of stuff. The beauty of writing 52 songs a year and doing it now for on my third year, the beauty is that I really don't have to anymore care about that kind of stuff on a weekly basis, because some of these songs can perfectly be self-indulged pieces of music as well, and in a way sometimes doing that comes more from the heart as well, like because you're not thinking about any of that other stuff. So this is kind of this is very much an acoustic song, and my guitar got a proper beating with this one. I was digging deep, and it was very musically emotionally charged song as well. So I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pretty intense performance I put into it, and again kind of very fresh, mostly just first takes, a couple of little fixes, but mainly just first takes of everything, and just going with the feel of the song in the moment. And I really enjoyed recording it. It was much faster than I expected it to be, but I think you can kind of feel the freshness and you can feel the emotion in the song coming through the guitar, which I really hope that you guys can hear it. Then the other side of it is the actual subject of the song, which I think is really important one. It kind of dawned on me. I was reading a fellow musician who I support on a Patreon, and she's very open about her struggles, as well as, you know, all the celebrations of stuff, and she just had one of those days that she was kind of sharing that she was kind of feeling down and all that sort of stuff, and it made me wonder like how messed up this society of ours has become, where we're all the time like trying to be, we're so aware of how we portray ourselves that like feeling low is not like acceptable somehow. Like it's strange, because the thing is that, like, I've heard scientists actually talk about this very specifically, that your brain there's a chemical balance happening there. So if you are riding on a high, sooner or later it has to come down. You have to go to the low to recharge, to have the next high, and it's a natural thing for us to not all the time feel the most wonderful, euphoria. If you're hunting for that euphoria all the time, you probably end up being a drug addict or something like that, because going after chemical highs, because it's not natural. You have to have the highs and the lows, and having the lows makes you appreciate the highs, and I think we should accept the lows as well. I mean, obviously there comes a time when we're talking about it being too dark and you end up in a depression, and that's a different thing altogether, and it's something that you have to watch out for, but I think the whole idea of like a blues music is kind of a good representation of it, like that we are okay to feel sometimes blue. It's fine. It's part of. It's just you recharging for the next high as well. So that's what the song is about. That balance being there and accepting that balance, not just like kind of like, oh, I'm feeling miserable. Like, fine. You're allowed to feel miserable sometimes. You're allowed to have your ups and downs, and it's. I think it's, if nothing else, it's healthy to sometimes not feel the greatest all the time, and I think it's an important subject, because so many of us get kind of wrapped up in these ideas of that we have to be a certain way. We try to model ourselves a little bit too much on things like what we see in media, which is very often just completely staged and fake and nothing to do with reality. That's why I got into vlogging so intensely, because I very early on, when I started watching other vloggers, I realized that, hold on a second, there's actually a lot more real life here than I have seen in any form of media in a long time. So it's really refreshing to see that, so yeah. And if you have some friend who sometimes have those low moments, like, share the song with them and let them know that, it's okay, you'll be better tomorrow, you'll be all good tomorrow, just recharge and then go again, So that's this week's song, Blue. It's available on Bandcamp right now, so go and download yourself a copy, and it really would mean a world to me if you did. Yeah, spread the word about it. That's all I can say. And thanks for listening once again. Talk to you in a bit. And now I'm on my way to the Portehouse for the session. Grab a quick bite to eat before that in there. Should be a good afternoon. So don't you worry, it ain't just you. Everything you've been through. So don't you worry, there ain't much you can do. Just ride the waves when you're feeling blue. So hard flying high, still dreaming of a simple life. rest your bones after the fight. Soon you're bored out of your mind. You lose the moment while it's here. You drown your dreams with fear. Touch the ground and smell the air. Someday the world disappear. So don't you worry, it ain't just you. Everything you've been through. So don't you worry, there ain't much you can do. Just ride the waves when you're feeling blue. So don't you worry, it ain't just you. Everything you've been through. So don't you worry, there ain't much you can do.
Done. On my way home, and a couple of hours of video editing ahead of me. It's been a good day.
Just ride the waves when you're feeling blue.